Recording in progress.
I wasn't supposed to do that.
Good evening.
You guys shut all the cameras off, so all you're seeing is us.
I wouldn't do that.
Oh, there's the beautiful lady. Yeah. And I totally forgotten all about it. No, I don't. I'd answer. I do get busy, but I always answer. Yeah. I do get busy, but I always answer. Yeah. No. Yeah. Not Wyoming area code. What test? I'm sick. Weird viruses have been going around.
Yes.
I got super sick in the first part of August. I ended up in the hospital actually. Yeah, it's bad, sick, bad. I was septic before I was, and it happened just like that. It just started. Yeah. No, last year. Yeah. Yeah. Yes, I want this outside. We put.
Yes, yeah, yeah. I don't know. We thought we were on top.
Yeah.
And come up with that, these things, so. Okay, guys. I'm guessing Barrett's still up somewhere. 2 weeks, did you say? He did. He just found it.
Good for him.
Yeah, someone
Do it.
classes.
Yeah.
This is Brandy.
Hello, everybody.
Just today about our latest access. Yeah. I don't know if we'll get pharmacology part or not. If not, we'll do it Saturday, I guess. We don't have classes.
You don't.
No, we do a Monday and then Saturday and then the next we do it on Thursday.
Oh, it's
So good for schedule.
schedule.
It's a weird one.
Yeah.
They didn't want to real busy. So instead they have a lot of time.
Life is busy, that's for sure. How long on Saturday? What time do you
Depends on
start?
who's saying.
Ah, got it. So all day. It's a part-time job.
We stress teaching us, and I'm in physiology.
Mhm. Oh,
We got all that. think it's like 12 something.
Good for it.
We felt like, we didn't get any services. This is really interesting. And they said, see this page at all?
Okay.
At the same time. So,
So, we'll start with IV access.
Mhm.
Are you guys all familiar with starting IVs already?
Nope.
Yep, no, yes, you are auditing.
But we did ERs.
What does that mean?
So we got trained.
Oh, good, good for you, fantastic. Okay, so IV access. Do you also have IOs on the ambulance?
yes,
Okay, fabulous. So is there literature specifically in this book that you want me to follow, or do you want me to do ER nurse training?
that's fine.
Okay. Do you have supplies?
I do not.
All right. Well, your basic IV kit that you carry that I'm sure you have IO drill. That's right. 16, 18, 20 gauge flush, buff caps, IV tubing, and a bag of saline. I won't open any of them right now.
I don't.
Perfect.
Well, now,
Yes, I have one. Yes, that would be perfect. I've had enough IVs in the last month. I don't want one thing more.
so it's after 13.
Thank you. I started at Principles of Pharmacology, so I had totally forgotten that Becky asked me to teach this class, and then she sent messages to the wrong phone number. So we finally hooked up on Friday. I was like, uh-oh, I'm not going to be able to cover all of this appropriately, and I don't want anybody to think that I am a unprepared instructor. So we'll start with IV access. Yeah. So we'll start with IV access, and then as time allows, then we'll definitely. But that will kind of be, super down and dirty cover. I'm sorry that my back is to you guys. I'm really sorry. So really basically, if you have a patient that needs an IV and you look at their IV access, their arms, pretty much your antecubials are going to be the biggest veins that you're going to look at first. And make sure that you put a tourniquet on and look, because there are some folks that have super thin skin, and it's going to look like they've got great veins, and then when you put a tourniquet on, those veins may go away, just depending on what their past medical history has looked like, what kind of medications that they've gotten. Have their veins become super sclerosed? Are they very valvy? Are you going to run into issues? So always put your tourniquet on first. You're not going to disrupt anything if you give those veins a couple of really good whacks to see if you can kind of harden up those, get the blood flowing to them, or you can rub them to bring that heat to them for sure. For the little old folks that have absolutely zero veins, use a tourniquet or use a blood pressure cuff, a manual blood pressure cuff. If you pump that thing up to about 100, 110 and close it off there, it's amazing the access that you can see on the tops of their arms, their AC, on the tops of their hands. So you can think about with always start distally. So if you don't see anything on the tops of the hands or on the tops of the forearms, the tops or the undersides, then definitely look at the antecubials. Worst case scenario, you can look up on the biceps for sure. And then honestly, if you don't think that you're going to be able to get an IV in at least 2 attempts, feeling really good about your first attempt, if they're definitely coding, just drill them with an IO needle. That's going to be the quickest, best access to hurry and get your first line of defense medications in. but you won't be able to draw blood from that, but really making sure that you get epi in and you're getting that circulating with good CPR for your unconscious patients. Just always drill them. My side of choice is always this big flat bone underneath the kneecap. And you make sure that you really feel that good. It's a straight 90-degree angling. You shove your IO needle on your drill and you go straight down. So sometimes you may elicit a little bit of pain response from that patient. Don't stop, just keep pushing. When it's good, you know that you're in. And then I'll show you what you need to do following getting that IO needle in. But it has a little catheter at the top of it. You just unscrew it and then you can connect your IV fluid to it right away. Super easy. So if there's ever any question about IV access, just go to IO right away.
With a cautious patient, avoid as much as possible.
So if that patient is symptomatic and they need meds right now,
Well, it's weird, because in the book, it said you can do lidocaine before you push meds or fluid. Well, that we even carry that to do that.
you probably don't.
It's the push that bothers them.
Yep.
Right.
Mhm. It's the cold and the push. for
Yeah,
sure.
so we don't have that.
Mhm. But this is the other thing. I mean, I love the fact of thinking about keeping my patient comfortable the entire time, but really a life-saving measure is going to be, yeah, you're like, just a minute, let me find that light out for you. Yes, yep, exactly.
So when do you do a lot of IOs in the ER?
I did ER for 10 years.
Yeah, when you really become.
Probably 15 years ago. Yeah.
Because I was like, we just didn't use it.
Mhm. And I've been out of the ER for 8 years.
Yeah.
So I can definitely say 15 years for sure is when I was really
I was
developed.
in like 20 years.
There
There you go.
Yeah.
There it
Mhm.
is.
I didn't-
I've seen it more effective than I've ever seen it.
IOs.
Mhm.
Good. They're the best for the field, honestly.
Yeah.
Yeah, quick and easy, down and dirty. So when that gets back with the supplies, then we'll go over that. It's really so much easier for me to do hands-on and show you
Yeah.
rather than say, okay, these are the things that you're gonna need to do to get prepared for sure.
So what are you looking for as far as pain goes?
So I want to look for something that is just very visible from the surface right away. Not something that I'm just gonna have to look forever to find.
Right.
So most of your patients are gonna be obtunded or really super sick, dehydrated patients. They're gonna be very, very difficult to find IVs on. So definitely get that tourniquet on, even if you think, I should probably try a tourniquet or a blood pressure cuff, do that. The cool thing about a blood pressure cuff is it gives you more surface area, so it is really going to push more blood down into that vessel. So when you first look, at those nice blue veins, really set yourself up for success and go with that biggest vein that catches your attention right away. And like I said, always start distally, looking distally, not poking, looking. So
Yeah, we should grab it, because Becky, I don't think. I'm curious, because I have crappy veins.
do you?
So I know when I donate blood, they use a fat.
Yeah.
Well, I have really good veins in the back of my hands, but everything.
Yeah.
And I don't know if that's just because we have, so like a long-term thing, or, if you're gonna have, you're like in a hospital setting where you're gonna have somebody that can be in for quite some time versus, just get them to the hospital.
If you just want to, if they just need to get to the hospital, definitely you're in the best ones.
Right.
For sure. So you can always start there and then worry about a change in IV access
Yeah.
after you hand it off there. So,
Right.
the next level of staff. So amicable always really kind of that gold standard I need to go with, or a nice, big, really easy to anchor down and nice and close to the skin surface. So as soon as you put your bevel in and see that flash of blood, thank you. And then you can advance your catheter right away. So I'm not sure if you guys have those IV catheters. I'm sorry.
Like the push or the button. The button ones I think are terrible, but
I think that's the main one.
we have the buttons or the push.
Mhm.
The push ones are great.
Yeah. So the push ones include the blood from coming out of it. And then push the button and it pulls the needle. Mhm. So there were the ones before that you advance the catheter right away up to the skin level, buried it, and then occluded off your vest and pop the button, which sucked your needle back in, and then you connected your tube into that, or your syringe to get blood. Now, I'm pretty sure most of the standard catheters, as soon as you bury that catheter to IV level, or to skin level, yep, it occludes blood from coming back out. So we'll see which ones that you guys have.
We get them from the hospital.
I think you have the ones that occlude, not the
They've changed. Yeah, they're not. They're way easier than.
That's what we use. You're in a hurry to get rid of that.
Mhm.
Big mess.
Do you? Me too. Like,
Oh, look at them.
so I would just say. Let somebody in the yard. I mean, your feet, difficult to get to, it's far away from the central of the body. And so anytime you accidentally move or move quickly, you can pull that out and push nails for it, so. And then, of course, the rule of thumb is to always use a 16 or an 18 gauge needle. But if you look at your vessel and go, no, I'm only gonna get in either a 20 or a 22, get what you can get for sure. You can put them as just as or a 22 that you can push through on a 16 gauge.
Why, so then why not always use them?
And you want the
Fluid.
lots of fluids. Yeah. Mhm. Most of the equipment in the ER is under pressure. So they need to use the rapid infuser to get fluid in right away or blood in right away.
Yeah, pumps and.
So when you hit a valve,
Mhm.
you're trying to let that relax and push through, or do you just pull right away?
I flush hard to see.
So it will open.
It's not, I mean, you will definitely meet some kind of resistance also. So a valve is just that one way door in a vessel. So anytime you try to pull blood off of that, you're gonna suck that valve closed. But I have very valvy veins, so you can see.
Oh, yeah.
Right here, it's not.
Oh,
This right here is a great big old valve. This is a valve. Yes. So that's you want to go below that. So. They did my other ones when I was baby, so. Oh, no. No.
Okay.
Sometimes it's a great thing I've done, right? I'm sure it's manipulated.
Right, yeah, so, one just this, one. He's getting this.
Yeah.
They just want to come loose.
Why, you know, how we were done.
Rubber bands are in them.
You guys have any questions yet? Can you hear me
No,
okay?
Yeah, this is just a refresher for me. I'm just taking the class to get my national registry.
This is Barbara Hall.
Yeah.
Hi, Barbara.
Hi.
Here.
No. Where you open your mouth and put your foot in it.
I think everybody.
Oh, I'm terrible. Oh, we're at some party. It's a kid named Twyla, and I was like, who names a kid Twyla? Like, that's like a such an old fashioned name. I'm not realizing that the lady that I was talking to named her kid Twyla. I'm like, I named my kid Twyla. No, I'm sorry, I'm that guy.
You're like,
Yeah.
I would need to just believe that you're so with that name. And,
Yeah. Well, it's pretty funny too, because it's like, I run into them at the fair, and like, kind of like, yeah, all the time.
Right?
We used to go around flower and when we ran out.
So here's the balance of your.
Oh, that's. That's not vodka.
No, could you?
These ones, unless they stick out like mine, wait. So you have a gray and a blue right here. Oh, you didn't. And then you have a ton of nerves that run on this facility. This, I always call it the basement side of the arm. Really try to stay away from that because you're gonna hurt. Yeah, it really, really hurts. You have a great vein right here.
So we should see the difference between this and the tourniquet.
And I still feel good veins, Nicole, and it's still at 80.
Yeah.
Yeah, so we don't have to crank it up. We learn. I'll just do 100, 120. And don't be afraid to really. You know the difference. That's what, in like 10 minutes. Because you get a nice bounce off of that.
Gotcha.
So I'm saying for really hard things, especially for our elderly population. Right, or blood pressure cuffs honestly are so great to use.
When you do this, it'd be nice if you got in front of the camera so they could see.
I was.
what you're doing.
Yeah, we have.
Yeah.
Okay, go.
They were.
There's some elderly people, and I don't even need to turn it on. The nice enough thing that you can see because they glow when you turn it on.
Yeah.
Not very many. I don't make a habit of it.
Yeah, I think that might just be something that
I don't have it.
happens.
I make that.
Okay. So blood pressure cuffs. Are the two of you familiar with using pressure cuffs for IVs on difficult veins, elderly patients that are like chronic cancer patients?
Yes.
Now we are.
Yes.
Excellent. Now you are. Good. So. Super. Think about it right away. Got your IV supplies right there, friend. I think that might be good.
So.
Well, there's some-
They have all of the things.
Correct. And it's like, not like real life at all.
These, so, which ones are these? And these are,
This is now, this is now.
okay, so. Okay.
So we have a combination.
Yeah.
Must be a thing to come back to this.
Yeah.
So trying to slide, I was gonna say that was a slide too.
This one's a little colder.
Do we? We don't really do these, we don't regular, doing that.
I don't care, but that's the one I had extra of that was expired.
Oh.
I fell out of this good.
Yeah, I knew that totally. But when I went to get our fluids, they were like, do you want these instead? I was like, I don't think there's a protocol for that.
Those are what you,
Oh, so we do want those?
there's a smart down it when I took the opportunity to go to D2 and because I bet people would have
And the,
a lot less.
yeah, and the farm tech, what's her name?
Mary Lawrence.
No, Hampton, in Hampton, or Hamilton.
Oh.
Formicus, thank you.
What are we talking about, Michelle?
She was saying, yeah, unless you have a really good, but the dextrose can hurt if you don't have a really good IV. That's what
Well, and the others are most of them. But I grew up working with internal medicine and diabetic specialists. You can what? Never. So when I had the chance, I switched this.
Boys. No. They were- Oh, yeah.
My kids are home.
I know, because I've done work. That's probably, this is the training version.
Okay. I don't know. That's.
So you got.
What was that?
Come in here.
Okay, we'll play with Io for a little bit. Just because, like I said, if you can't get your IV in, drill them right away. So, shoulder, that nice big flat piece right there on your humeral head. It's a good one. It's a really good one. But sometimes you have, when you try to hold that down, secure that, you have lots of like mobile skin, wiggly.
Yeah.
So I had such an easier time drilling the patella than I did drilling the.
Okay.
So much broader surface area with this piece on your leg than to me at your femoral head, for sure. So we're drilling into there. I'm drilling. These are exceptionally sharp needles. Exceptionally sharp. You have to be very, very careful with these because this little sucker can go right into the palm of the base of your hand. Very, very good. So they're very, very sharp to make sure that they feed appropriately in the bone, that it's deep enough you can put meds into your bone marrow. So comes with the cover. Always straight out when you're getting ready to drill. Make sure that this is pinned together nice, because when you get this drilled, then you take this out. This goes in your sharps, and then this is your access that you connect your IV tubing to. That's it. Yeah.
Terrifying.
So a nice good clean with an alcohol wipe or a betadine or a chemical wipe or a chlorhexidine wipe, whatever you have. Again, just make sure that you you watch your hands too, because you don't want to accidentally end up with a needle stick for your body. So, somebody's got a text message. So nice, straight down in, and control that. Eight year, oh, 8 year access. What this did.
Oh,
How do you choose what size needle just based on?
So you could be like, this size. I can tell you exactly what. This little shorty, pediatric. Oh. As you go, little shorty, pediatric. This, adults.
So they say the red one is a 15, 3 to 39 kilograms. Oh, well, that's great. Well, it's supposed to be yellow.
I think for trainers.
Okay.
I'm gonna go.
So that one's probably the 45. Oh, I was thinking that one probably is the 45 then.
You can feel how solid that is.
my training manual
Honestly, that is.
is dead. Another one.
So it's just a graph.
It is a,
Yeah. Oh, but it's.
I mean, I've
it
never
has
seen
too much info.
one in
So you have
the ER,
to
but
be careful controlling your.
not great to watch, I'll be honest.
You can do it in the sternum.
Okay.
I wonder if that red one's for the sternum.
They're all red. There's one over there.
The short one for the.
Your one's turning there.
I know.
Right.
Mhm. So leave that access open for sure. And you've got 2 knees, 2 shoulders, so you should be able to find. a
You
good
can stir it up
outlet.
3 times.
Yep, yep. Keep it, keep it. You'll unscrew and take your sharps out. And then this is where you're gonna hook your ID to do that. Yeah. Do you feel that Mhm. So then again, you would unscrew. This is where it's under.
Like, you feel it?
And then you connect your IV tubing, right? Or you can connect a two-way flush. to this.
Yeah. Flat right here.
So you're sure. Like that. That's just really, yep.
Oh, yeah.
So I like to use a two headed piggyback. Most of the time I hook that on first, because then you've got one port access for rapid IV administration of your drugs, and then you have your other line going for your fluid or for your blood. Or even the great thing about these two is that you can screw in another two-headed piggyback and have even more access for sure. But then that's also where it's very important to know which meds are compatible with the other ones, because you don't want any kind of precipitate to happen with IV administration. But most of the time, you're going right away to IO access. Pretty much you're going to be using epi, and that is it. You're going to be pushing on. So, best rule, go with IO if you can't start that IV right away, for sure. You guys want to do a little practice with some IO?
Last person that did that on this because burns and there was no other access.
For sure, go right through it.
Like, question what I'm feeling.
Hard like thinking about under that.
That's why I like the,
Yeah.
you just really have such a big surface area. Yeah. I mean,
Certainly, I don't-
if
I'm
they're,
not sure about
if they can get it into the tibia, try it. But I would rather go in the tibial head than in lower. Mhm.
No,
Wow.
that's some other department.
Can you hear me?
Okay. So this gun is super fast, friends. Just kind of nice and slow. Yeah.
It's all- it's all-
Okay, can I put it in this?
Yeah. So, I mean, realistically, rotatable, this flat, I mean,
Yeah. Yep. There's nothing there that you're gonna drill through.
nothing necessary, it's fine. Okay.
Yeah.
Like, why?
That's great.
I think I might have been somewhere else.
45-degree angle.
Yeah, I think it's like that spot's already been drilled, so it's just spinning. But I just reversed it.
That was the line after the first ones.
Yeah, I think that must have been hit a few times. I mean, that's not terrible.
Yeah.
Like I said, I've only seen it done once on a conscious patient. Here on a conscious patient.
Yeah, I know that.
No, it's supposed to be an accident.
Yeah. Yeah.
But they use it to knock them out quickly. The thing was, you know, would be the repetitions.
Yeah. Did you want to try this?
Yeah.
So like here to be way easier. Tender right there.
Exactly where you're going.
So that's my flat. You're kind of. So it kind of just depends. And the leg's gonna be straight.
Yep.
Oh, that's a good point. Okay.
Right there. On me, friends. Right here. On this inside
Okay.
aspect of that plateau.
Mine are pretty flat.
There's that little,
That's my shin.
right, but I mean, like.
Okay,
yep.
It's that last one.
So I'll go. Go right there.
No, no, God.
Board out.
60 feet off the hill.
Yeah,
Or
just,
the top.
it doesn't.
Okay, so really what we're doing is these. Well, she said you could do either.
Yeah, I like my.
I was like, that you got your head on the table.
So you can do either side,
But go with the.
just
go with
whatever's
that.
flatter.
Yep.
Whatever. Okay.
Slow in there.
Hard.
There you go. Straight out. Yep. Here.
Do you have to?
This one's just difficult to take out. The other IO, the easy IOs come, the guns come right out. Yep, keep going. You're
I
gonna,
could
you
not
can be a little rough.
Yeah, I practice one.
I know.
Okay.
All
All right.
And then screw your catheter. That's your sharps. And your piggyback right on there.
And then do you screw them out? No, you just pull out. Or you screw them.
It's easier if you start to kind of wiggle them and then unscrew them out.
It's not our department. The hospital gets to take care of all.
That's right.
Yeah, that's their
So,
department.
and if it's a test question, IOs only stay 24 hours.
Yes, that is part of. Yeah. Oh, maybe with more.
You did a good job.
Mine's in.
Yeah.
Oh, wow. Right.
And it doesn't look. Which is.
Like,
I liked it. Yeah. I didn't need it.
You need to shove it on.
I was like, yeah. I give it
I should have said it
a.
afterwards.
Where's all the M&Ms?
So this would be the. This would be the. This
I think that was
this
mostly
would be-
blueberry that had a tinge to them.
And this would be.
On the drive to Casper back though, I got my book, my chapters listened to. So that was nice. Can you register yours? Do you have your code?
I did, but was it class?
Oh.
No, you can do individual too. I did individual.
Maybe I just didn't. Maybe I didn't go far enough.
And then it just straight out.
So I had a hard time finding the right.
So-
And then these come with their own,
This one.
peggrams.
Oh, okay.
So the cool thing about these is that they already have this piece.
The stabilization thing.
Yep.
What's it called?
You can see that you just
Oh.
put this right over the top of there.
I just.
Super cool.
I know, in the book, they were saying, pat it like you would have.
Nope, you don't
Or
even
not,
have to
but-
worry about patting these. You would have to pat it like if you didn't have one of these in the field. But the great these are right. Yep.
No, my gosh, we have to say that.
Yes.
They would get us turkey dinner.
Yeah.
And we got Sunday. It's like we're not-
So the site's down, I use some.
You said it, I used my email, just not the young.
Oh, just before the girl.
She's gonna beat it.
Might have been.
So you just pull this.
So the other there is a one piece of paper.
Oh, okay.
I didn't understand.
Oh, it's yours?
I guess I can still see it in that.
Find it?
90. Still hold the bottom of the house and you unscrew. Make sure that you go straight out the way. You don't rebound and hold it out. This is sharp. And then this is, yep, that will go right over the top.
Have you done the arm yet or just the?
It doesn't really go very far. Because you don't want to worry about.
Mimicking.
that or This and then you.
Does that take it out?
Put this on and then screw the.
Oh.
Piggyback.
Oh.
This is-
Oh, okay.
Just 30 years.
You could use this. No, this. Yep, you're not gonna get any blood flow or anything.
So I was gonna ask.
But this one, and then you do.
Oh, okay, so that's the yellow one technically. The adult one, okay. So the training are all run. I have a question, Becky. We don't carry the micro drips, right? We do the macro.
We just carry the macro here. Micro is usually used in
So-
repeats.
Yeah,
Uh,
but we don't have to.
We don't have them on the macro.
Yeah.
Make
Have
it
to worry
different
about
from half of it and from it one.
things to add, to make sure that you don't break anything off, would be gauze around this
Okay,
after you either stabilize your patient.
right.
Okay. I mean, certainly
If
you
we
want
have
to do it
time,
if they
yeah.
succumb, but just because you've got that great big old extension on the
Yeah.
top there. Yep. So I'm sure since you guys already run little buff cap on the top of this one, your piggyback off of this for your fluid that you're gonna connect for the meds you're gonna push right away.
That was really confused. I was like, how? Oh, I just like literally. What you're saying? Oh, yeah.
Just want to scroll over.
Nice.
No, click on the chapter.
Flashcards and a slideshow.
I know, when I just listen to the chapters. It's like. Flashcards aren't as fun because they make you fill out the answer. I just want them to tell me the answer.
Could you just like roll through quickly for me?
Yeah.
Mine probably lost it.
Oh. Flashcards. All that.
This one is a tough. All right,
So tip it
so here
sideways.
come again, and then unscrew your side.
Makes the answer.
That's
But if
terrible.
you just hit.
Good friend.
There we go.
Yeah.
That's what I need.
That's what I get.
No, flashcards are supposed to be you telling me the answer.
I still have the flashcard, whatever app, you know,
I did with my,
and that,
I have my basic.
yeah, and it has those too.
Same.
Okay, Becky, I have to sneak away. For anniversary dinner. I'm glad I was here for IL.
Right?
Right, well, you missed it. I don't know what it is. Yeah.
Friends, do you have any questions about IO access? Comfortable with that?
Can you,
Oh.
I have a question. Can you show us the shoulder location?
Yes.
Yeah, please.
So. Right here. You can see the top of my shoulder.
Okay,
You can see just about where this mole is.
okay,
Then you can feel, happy anniversary, Nicole. You can feel that nice ball area
okay,
right in the center of that. The only reason I'm not a fan of shoulder IOs, you see how wobbly all of this is?
okay,
And that's why I really, really love the tibial plateau, because you just don't really have any kind of slidey muscle or fascia over the top of that. Where you have wobbly muscle, it's tough really to hold it there. And always, if you're comfortable doing it, definitely do that.
okay,
But I always felt like I couldn't stabilize it appropriately enough, and that I would either go back behind and slide off or forward.
okay.
But yeah.
Perfect,
Or
thank you.
if the other place that I've seen them do it in the ER is at the front of that humeral head here.
Okay,
So where you do feel that nice, big, bony prominence,
okay.
right in the middle of it every time. But
Yeah.
still, again, that tibial plateau, you're going to get it every time in infants, in children, adults, and elderly. No problems at
Okay.
all.
Thank you.
Absolutely.
So the book talks about attaching a 10 milliliter syringe to the, for purposes of removal. Is that just to give you a better handle to take it out?
Yes,
Okay,
that's it.
okay,
But like I said, you know, by the time you hand that patient off to the ER, you're not going to have to worry about removing that IO at all.
okay,
And if you have to use that 10 mil syringe to pull that IO out, typically it means you're deep in the bone and you'll be able to push fluids and push meds into that bone marrow space.
okay.
You'll know if you're not in deep enough because you have so much resistance when you try to flush anything through. So of course, as soon as you get your tubing connected to the top, here,
Okay,
then you can use a 10 mil saline flush and just push it as hard as you can, just to make sure that you've got good bone marrow access.
And then with that, you, if there is some,
You cut out just a little bit. I'm so sorry.
with that flush, you will feel the resistance if there is some.
Yep. Yep. Or you'll see it make like little waves into the soft tissue below your IV site.
Oh, okay. All right.
And
Thank
if that happens, just leave your IO needle where it is and then re-drill them. And you can re-drill right next to them.
Okay.
Or obviously look on the other knee for sure.
Okay. All right. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Oh.
I've had it. I know. It's still in here.
So what were you saying about re-drilling next to the?
So if you flush and you see fluid, a little kind of bump or a little wave that happens in the tissue underneath, you're definitely not seated deep enough. And so leave that where it is, because then you have that guide to go off of to know, okay, maybe I should move a little bit more.
Feel it dry, won't you?
Yes and no. Mhm. You need a new tibial plateau. I don't see the pumper for the arm. So do you want to just go off of showing access?
Yeah.
Okay.
It's we don't know.
Got
That's one.
Friends, how do you all feel about IV access? Any initial questions off of IV access right now?
But we want to do it.
Yeah, good. Okay. You guys still have 15 ambulance that come with all of your supplies.
Yeah.
That one is all your
It
ambulance.
doesn't.
Got it.
And four. Anything bigger makes leaks.
And leaves leaks.
Yeah.
Okay.
So the tiny ones are what you use.
Alcohol, chlorhexidine, Ibiclens, whatever you got. I'm just gonna go off the top of the hand. Couple of good rubs. You said 22 gauge. What is your favorite? This is 22.
Is that the button one?
No, this is the advanced.
Oh, I don't mind those.
Okay.
I actually like those.
These are the ones you don't like.
The buttons I don't like.
But they have these now at Baylor. You guys, which ones are on your ambulance? Do you have the ones with the advanced that a clear blood, or you have the BDs that come with the little button that retracts your needle?
We've got the little button.
Okay.
Cody's include the blood.
Do you guys use both?
Yes.
Okay. All right, so. Nice big tourniquet. Up the arm. Oh, nice big pull, cross it over, leave your little tail out at the top. If you need to, a couple of good whacks. You'll secure your vessel. You're going to go at a 45-degree angle. And then and you won't see a flash in this because the arm's not hooked up. But when you have the bevel, this teeny little tip, You see that?
Yep.
Yes. You know.
You'll see blood.
Yeah.
Everyone doesn't have your hands.
As soon as you see blood, advance it just a tiny little bit more. Don't really ram a jam it in. When you see that blood start to fill in that chamber, advance a tiny bit, and then you're going to push your catheter off. Bevel up. So 45-degree angle. And then you're just going to push it in. You'll see blood. And then, like I said, these guys are tough. Oops. What happened? It went right through the catheter.
For the record, never that first needle because it can break off.
But you can reposition.
Reposition. Just
Push it back. The only reason that went back. You'll be able to hold your catheter, pull your needle back, and then feel, and then advance your catheter. But that's a very good point, for sure.
This is when she's
We'll use this
going
guy.
You can use my arm if you want.
apparently somebody was at some point,
I don't bother.
somebody pulled it back on, put the needle back in the field, and I said, oh. After let me go and had to cut down that exam and get that not aware just for this. And don't say anything.
You can have that someone.
45-degree angle. I'll go up here. Here.
I'm pretty sure it is. Problem with the little fine needles is they're very flexible, which makes it hard to deal with on an arm that's not properly.
Oh, anyway, that one's there. It just won't let me advance after into the animal. You want, are you okay if I use it?
Mhm.
There, one up here. There we are. So these ones, we don't use them. You can use both of these actually. Or Banner has both of these. So this one has a little piece up here that includes the blood from coming back out. But then as soon as you introduce, but then the second you introduce your piggyback into this, then it advances that little stopper and then it's patent. Then you would be able to use this line to draw blood off of before you hook up your IV. Yep.
Being in this class, you're going to practice. So it needs to get me. Go ahead. Don't get that easier than I used to.
Then I'm just like bring it back to the hand. What?
Oh no.
When I was with me.
Yeah, it was. Brandon was like, ow! But
All right.
yeah. Yeah, she couldn't get, she couldn't find brains.
She did a really good job.
I just don't know the alcohol. They're like, wait.
It's amazing.
That's very sure. That's definitely
Okay.
somewhere.
We'll try this AC.
Yeah.
Yep, for sure. Double up. I have 46-year-old eyes that can't see anymore. So in. Does have a little bit of blood in it.
The vessel does.
Nope, if you are able to, they make these handy little things right now. The best in the world. So what you can do, yep, is just include off your vessel and then, oh, this is. They have ones that are male part that plugs right into this female piece, and then you can just plug your
It's like pulling down a syringe and.
yeah, I love that. But putting a syringe on and then just pulling blood and then having things ready to go so you can hook up your piggyback right away. Tape it down. Take a Dermin on. Good to go. Big tail for sure. What's that? Yeah. Oh, got it. Yep, I've always done tape upside down. With this. Because I really love long IV tails because you can pull on these so hard and they stay in place. So when you have a nice big, so you have to take it in first, correct? Yes. Okay. And they want you to stop at the where you screw in.
And then we're still taking.
So then I really love to do this over this way and over this way. Over this way. Because then you have, it's super solid when you cross that over and then you use your secure piece over the top. It's amazing. This can really take a ton of pressure before it pulls that catheter out. So if you're going down a bumpy road and you know that you're going to be pushing meds and not be able to really hold your arms still to push meds and secure that, the longer you could wrap that double all the way around the arm just to make sure that the IV stays in place. For sure. I worked in a stable or in a spot where it wasn't bumpy and I still did huge tails.
Is that a problem too? I think that people use their ideas.
Well, one time I'm in the hospital, like, one of my surgeries, and the nurse was like, I'm gonna just make this so I don't lose it in the anesthesia.
Did you vagal? So, and that brings up a really good point. That's also very possible for your patient to vagal down. So vagal, you have this vagus nerve in the back of your throat. So when your patient holds their breath or takes in a deep breath right away or starts to panic, then they're going to stimulate that vagal nerve. And that vagal nerve says to your brain, hey, guess what? I need to protect you. So I'm going to really slow things down so I can make sure that you're the most important organ in the vein or in the body that keeps getting low. So you pass out, so your body protects that. And so you could see a patient have a seizure, just be completely unresponsive, be able to make eye contact with you, but not say anything to you. Yeah,
Right?
get super stiff.
Like this.
Mhm.
Even if my arm.
So just be ready for that too. Even sometimes just the sight of a needle, the sight of blood makes your patient.
Patient who passed out because of pain. It was big because he was like, we were looking at him. Looking for you.
You know the best way to pass a lie detector test? Squeeze your butt cheeks together because it bagels you down and it keeps your heart rate constant.
Is that why people pass out on like the slingshot ride or whatever? Do you see
Yeah.
that? Is it because of the same response?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's pretty funny because then they'll come and they'll like.
What happened?
And yeah, and then they'll pass out.
Yep. Yeah. True. What do you want to?
Well, I'm going to do the practice.
Okay. That sounds fantastic. Okay.
So I can stand up on Saturdays, how you're talking.
Yes.
Keep it below the shirt line and we.
Also, Saturday will be.
That's how I make my
I'm not
money,
sure
right?
yet, but it will be in Moreland because our instructor got his schedule changed. It's now on call. Anesthesiologist. Chris Perez.
Oh, fun. That would be great.
But the same he's done has been so long.
Oh,
That's why I
fabulous.
keep on.
Yep.
That's at the hospital.
And he should be a lot better than this. So. Just for the.
Here's-
Hospital public health.
I don't know. If this is
Take-
gonna start for the hospital from the team that I have succeeded in calling it because life is just not.
Do you guys have any questions for me?
So any concerns with heating valves?
It's tough. Really, valves are kind of a crapshoot. Some vessels you can see valves in. So, like, I don't know how well you can see. You see this big bump right here in my
Yeah.
arm on my vein? So that's a valve. So you
Okay.
really want to go below a nice distance below that.
Okay.
Or you could just aim for that little bump and go above it.
Okay. Thank you.
It's just, it's so difficult. Yeah, yep, yeah, hands, super valvy, super valvy. So then can you also see like this big bump right here?
Yes.
So that's another valve. So I would just start my IV right above that valve
Okay.
for sure. But like I said, really kind of a crapshoot to, because there are vessels that you can't see valves in, and you're just kind of at the mercy of where that tip of that catheter ends up. So you'll know exactly if, so you can always push fluids through a valve. You just can't draw blood back. So if you have a really good flush, don't worry about it. Leave that catheter where it is. And then you can always move to the other side for a blood draw for sure. Becky's got great veins. Yeah, really great ACs. Holy smokes, you guys. Look at the size of this.
Okay.
Part of the nose.
That one probably doesn't need a tourniquet. You can probably have it done.
So will you feel resistance as you're inserting the catheter if there's a valve?
No,
No, okay. You just want to
Yep.
blow.
mostly, yeah, they'll just blow right away the second that you start pushing it. So, yeah, I can't even think of a time when flushing I felt resistance. Pretty much the only time you feel resistance is when you're not in the vessel itself. You're
Okay.
beside it, and you'll immediately see that swelling of the fluid that you push in.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah. Bubbles right away. Good
So-
questions. I mean, already the pain response that the body is going through, that's just gonna really kind of trigger even more of a pain response.
Hey, Bryony.
Mhm.
So on the subject of bubbles underneath the skin,
Yeah.
I was doing practice a few years ago
Mhm.
and I did bubble under the skin, and when I pulled the catheter, I got
Yeah.
sprayed.
By blood.
So, well, thankfully it
means
was just fluid.
That means, oh, you got sprayed by saline?
Yeah.
Yeah,
So
it's just under
make sure
pressure.
do bubble, you cover your
Yeah, protect yourself from any kind of recourse for sure. Yeah, good
Yes.
point, Barbara. And then there are times when you have tons of resistance and you've gone in the vein and then out the vessel wall and it's sitting in that fascia. And then when you pull that catheter out, you get blood everywhere. So, so, you know, we all know just the best way to get IV access and hit that vessel just about every single time is just practice, practice, practice. And also not setting yourself up for failure. You tell yourself, oh yeah, no problem. I got this. Talk your own game up. That's the most important thing for sure.
Yes, it is.
Ever. Yep. Yeah. Yeah. Or you miss your family. That's what happens all the time.
Do it again, because I thought.
Move.
No.
Man, he's got some sort of pain, death wish, I
Did not
guess.
want me playing with
Yeah.
his hands.
Uh-huh. Any other questions, you guys? Good? Yeah. Thank you for cleaning.
It's been. Come on, I know. It was. Where? So.
You guys want to know the story about the immediate crowd pleaser? So, I worked with this fantastic nurse, Keith Van Brunt, tells the best stories on the planet. And he's also had a million experiences. Great flight nurse, great ER nurse, great teacher. So, every time I see dextrose or think about a diabetic who has low blood sugar, usually they go unresponsive in public. And so somebody's freaked out, calls 911. The ambulance shows up. The ambulance, somebody says they're diabetic, you know, right away, start the line. So most of the people don't know that much about diabetes. See an unresponsive patient, think they're dead. Oh, I'm looking at a dead person right now. Ambulance gets there, starts an IV, pushes dextrose, patient comes around, everybody claps. Yay, save the dead person. Immediate crowd pleaser. So every time I see uh-huh.
They did not.
Uh-oh.
They were slightly.
Had the blood sugar of like 2.
Because it was so.
So, crowd pleaser. And we have had these right away. People are like, whoops.
Yeah.
Should have ate breakfast. Yeah, you're right. They did do that. Yep. Enjoy. Yes. Don't just give yourself your insulin and then don't.
Yeah.
Is there a second? Okay, thanks for coming. Yeah. Yeah, you just can hang out with us. I mean, here, you better wait. I mean, I could be cooking dinner, but.
So I'm just. So I'll let
Oh, I hear what you do. Yep.
Breakfast.
So, Pete.
Oh, Pete,
Yeah. All of a sudden.
yeah. Uh-huh.
He smarches in the room. I'm going, well, he's talking back, no, well, maybe you want to come inside, I was thinking maybe. And I finally said, oh, this is Pete. And he goes, Mr. Bowles. Didn't believe it either. I could not believe that. When did that happen? It's about 2 years ago. 2.5 maybe. So I have to announce that.
Yeah.
Maybe they're recently doesn't fly. Yeah, now he just is education again.
They don't do us things.
What? Why?
Because.
So what about for mom?
Do you guys ever do
What was that, Becky?
Yeah, again.
you guys ever
I can't hear
Can
you.
you turn the computer a little bit so we can hear you better?
Does their mom still teach ACLS classes? And
I
the
believe,
pediatric?
I believe at the hospital still does those.
I can't remember her name. What did it?
Sheila Lutz.
Sheila, yeah. Yep. Okay, I'll tell Becky just, so Banner doesn't do them anymore, doesn't provide those classes for, the public. And so call Sheila Lutz, yep.
Yeah, as far as I know, she's still doing them.
So, mhm. Oh, that's a tough class to find anyway, even when it was popular. Yeah. Travel. So do you know if Sheila allows for somebody to complete the ACLS and PALS online and then go in and do like a mega code test out?
That I don't know. You have to ask her.
Okay. Yep. No, I think I might help. Thank you, friends. Yeah.
and they told me to get hold of it.
Dang it. Mhm. Yeah, Banner is so difficult to deal with. I let my instructor go. I don't teach him anymore. Yeah. Yeah. That's a shame.
Becky, what else can I do to help?
What can I do
for you?
I think they're all done.
And they are,
Hey, Becky, as long as there's no 911s on Saturday and stuff like that, I'll be there.
okay, cool. Thank you. If you have to go, I understand. Like I say, Chris Ferris is on call too. If he has to go, we lose our director, so.
Where did
Okay.
you get it figured out for Saturday's class?
Not figured yet. I will do that.
Okay.
I was outside of Thermopolis in the oil field teaching first aid CPR all day today.
Good.
So,
I expected to see you over at RT, the RT shop, range. They had like a CPR dummy and they're all out there in hard hats doing CPR out in the yard. I was like, what? Rebecca's hat? I never did see
it
it.
was way out in the, you go out this road that says private road only. I stopped and took a picture last time and they came driving up and said, out of here.
Really?
I just want a picture of that. There's an old piece of old oil field equipment out there that's really cool,
Oh, nice.
but I got kicked
Look,
out.
Yeah.
We can probably use your garbage. We're not putting the shark in.
And I'll
the-
take no sharks.
Cool.
No
Have a
sharks.
good night, guys.
Have a great
Night.
day. Great to see you.
Hey,
Good
Becky.
night.
Thank you.
Thank you, thank
Hey,
you.
Becky.
Uh-huh.
Record.